Sagon, Big House here. Hey, well, coming out of Alberta, Canada, down into Glacier National Park, because I'd never seen Glacier National Park, I ran into, quite by accident, the Blackfeet Indian Nation territory. Now, understand that the Blackfeet were a tribe in Montana, but they covered all the way from central Alberta all the way down in raiding parties into almost the middle of the Mexican borders at the time. And we're talking 1,000 years ago. But the Blackfoot, for an Indian nation, they were always warriors, and possibly the fiercest fighting warriors ever in history, pound for pound. And eventually, because the Spanish brought horses across, they were also known to be one of the finest horsemen in the world. And everyone, when you mentioned Blackfoot, they were very terrified. Now, the Blackfoot Confederacy would be a combination of hundreds of little tribes who were hunters, gatherers, clothes makers, weapons makers, tool makers, but they weren't really warriors. They were peaceful tribes, but they joined the Blackfeet Confederacy for protection. If you screwed with any one of them, you wanted to make sure you were ready to face the Blackfeet because they did not take any prisoners. Now, as I come down to the reservation, I didn't realize that there is 3,000 square miles of reservation in Montana, just east of the Glacier National Park. Now, I try not to scare easy, as I thought I was well experienced, but got into the Blackfoot Nations, and it's the only place I've ever seen outside of Helena, Montana. The restaurant that I went into, the sign clearly stated on the door, "No Indians served here." I couldn't believe it. How the heck could they get away with it? But this is on the Blackfeet Nation, or right on the edge of it, and the restaurant didn't like the natives, I guess. So they put that sign up, and somehow they still get away with it to this day. I know the sign still exists, but you're talking about a reservation that is larger than the state of Delaware, twice the size of Glacier National Park. So we are talking about, well, one reason, just like the Mohawks, they were always warriors, and they were always fierce to stand up for their rights, keep their reservations after they'd been put on reservations. So they never lost the history. So if you get a chance, and you're braver than I am, get to the Blackfeet Reservation in northern Montana above Helena, and it runs all the way to the Canadian border, or Glacier National Park while you're there. But man, if you want to talk about one fierce bunch of fighting warriors, talk about the Blackfeet Indians. Oh no. And just to give you a quick peek at where to locate the Blackfeet Indian Reservation, this gray area up here is Canada. So that's Saskatchewan, Canada. This is Alberta. And right as you're coming out of Sweetgrass, Montana, which is about right here, Helena's down here, you will find Glacier National Park signs, but then very few Blackfeet Indian signs. But this is the yellow area. That's all Montana. So in Montana, right on the Canadian border of Alberta, is that Blackfeet Indian Reservation, larger than the state of Delaware. Unbelievable. This is Big House saying, if you get a chance and you're nervier than I am, go to the Blackfoot Reservation.